Gaffer, pleased?
Yeah, 3-1 through to the next round. The important thing was, managing the game time and making sure lads got adequate game time. But we was competitive, and first half it was a real show of strength, style, spirit. We pressed the ball unbelievable first half. It was as good a show as I've seen. And with a little bit more clinical finishing and clinical edge to us. Nard's chip, Nikki, a couple of decision making that probably not gone, the right way. It could have been 5 or 6 first half, and it should have been, and I said that to him at half time. Make sure we stay solid and as a unit, but then go and try and attack them even more. And to be honest, he come out second half and had a right go at us. But the goals do change games, and I think then it give them a verve. The 2-1 give them a verve. And we seen the job off, but it was about getting game time in Huss tonight. Some of the performances was superb. I was really chuffed with Huss, who's been out for a little bit. Sedge's come in, and first half he ran the show. Tuts has put a great shift in, and again Nard's goals. He's in and around them goals, and we've got goal getters and goal scorers. So it's been a good night's work.
You touched on Nikki Adams as his decision maker. Who's more frustrated, you or Nikki?
Nicky's frustrated. The kid wants to do so well. The ambition is sure to come to us. The wage drop he took to come to us told me everything about him, and him and his dad. Didn't bring an agent to the meeting. Him and his dad come and decided that this was the right place. So he desperately wants to, and I think once he gets that first one, I think naturally things will just fall in place. But he might just be over trying and snatching a little bit because he's desperate to do so well. So but he's out of possession. The work he gets in and the energy he puts into his performance is quite staggering.
Penalty, was it nailed on for you?
I think he's up the ball and just kept it with him. Do you know what I mean? And if he doesn't do that, it might fall free and break to one of ours. I think that's the way the referee's probably seen it. And it's an absolute just decision. He covered the ball, not seen it clearly, but that's the sort of feel I got from being on the sideline. And it's been dispatched brilliantly by Nards, and it was a fantastic penalty.
Could ask you about Nicky again and his decision making, but the run for the second goal. Be 3-4 defenders, slips it across.
That's the thing, he's he can hurt you. He really can. Whether he plays a shadow striker, goal striker, or number 10, he can hurt you. But what he's doing for the team out of possession is phenomenal. And he's done excellent. But like I said, he's got that quality, and we've seen it in spells. But I'm sure as the season blossoms and Nicky blossoms and really feels his project, he's just going to get better and better.
The lads that haven't got the game time, Chris Hussage and Chris Sedgwicks, took it to an extent. Have they given you a bit of a headache for Saturday now?
They give me a headache every day. He's a real competitive squad. Rob Layton's done fantastic. Schwan comes in and Schwan does well. And Nultz couldn't make it tonight. It was a late decision. Around about 5:30 tonight. We left it as late as we possibly could, and Us has come in around about 5:30, and we've let him know that he's playing and to put that performance in. So it's great knowing that he can play that left side centre half role as well as a left back and a wing back. So it's a top problem to have. It really is. And the lads that have been left out has wanted the team to keep winning. And that's important to me. There's no selfish players in the squad. There really isn't. And like I alerted to the other day, Platty's and Sedge's influence over the squad is very, very impressive.
You look at some of the touches that Sedge had, especially first half. I'd pay to watch him any day.
Sedge's been an unbelievable pro. That's why he does what he does, and the longevity. The guy's fit. He's immaculate. He keeps his body in unbelievable shape, and he's a top professional. And I think we said he's decided to look after himself very early. What you can't do is get to 34 and then start looking after yourself. I think Sedge's decided a long time ago to look after himself, and he's kept himself immaculate. He's been out of the team. And we had a chat the other day, and he said, I've got a big part to play in this season, and I know he has, but I see what he does in and around the dressing room. But tonight we've seen it on the pitch that he's a top performer.
I know we've talked about Nathan Cameron before, but he just seems to be getting better and better each game.
Without a doubt, and I see a leader in there. I see a leader that's just coming through, and instead of letting Pabs and Nultz do it, he's taking charge of Jonah's positioning. he's taking charge of the controlling midfielder, you know, not letting him get out of shape and structure. You know, and Jack Redshaw's a good striker at this level. You know, he can cause devilment and problems, and you know, he sort of sealed that one up. So no, Cam's a fantastic professional. He's probably our best trainer at the club. Every single day he trains to that intensity, that quality, and I've just said to him now, you know, keep getting better, because it's a fantastic opportunity for young players to play in the Championship and to get there. And you know, if he keeps going and keeps doing his work and keeps, you know, getting games under his belt, he's going to be on the eyes and hit list of a lot of scouts, because he's got the attributes of a top player.
Unscathed? Have we come out of the game unscathed? No injuries, no not?
Yeah, we're quite good, you know, from game time point of view. Nards, it was important just to get Nards sort of 65, 70 minutes. Same with Nikki, you know, I need that energy on Saturday. Nuts and Kelvin, it was important they rested tonight. Soz has had a little bit of a bout, so to be honest, the whole squad's had a good circular bout. And then I look at Jonah. Jonah's a machine, you know, he just keeps going and going. I saw him in the 93rd minute, just keep going and going, you know. Danny Mayer, been good to put Danny back in and feel his performance. He's, you know, he missed on Saturday, but he had an opportunity to play today. So now we're in really good shape, and it's been a great game for us to get the game time in.
Another debut tonight was the vanishing spray. What do you make of that? Is it good to have?
I like it, mate. I really do. You know, I think once we get used to it, and once I think it's a great thing for football, because it's a good visual. Players can't step out of line and step over, and you know, there's a bit of stick to it, and the crowd can have a little bit of a tease up. But I've got to say, Morecambe supporters tonight, they have made an atmosphere of that. They were absolutely outstanding. It was good with a drum and good with a beat, and you know, it was funky, and they made a right night of it. A Johnson's game that could have been a rubber duck. It was brilliant. So massive credit to Morecambe and the way they do things. You know, Jim Bentley, he's done fantastic at that football club. He really has, on the budget he works with, and to galvanise the spirit. And they've come with a real spirit in a fight tonight that we've had to match and see off.
You just have to look at the table, you know, they're a good side.
Absolutely. You know, Jim always pulls the trumps up. He's a tactician. He knows the game. He's enthusiastic. He's got a lot of fire. And between, you know, the management team that Bents has, they've got some knowledge and know-how. And you know, he's a top guy. But the club's represented Morecambe fantastically tonight. They really have.
JPT is a competition you're going to take seriously, obviously.
Yeah, as I alerted to in my programme notes, you know, there's only one way I do things, and it's to be competitive. I think every day is about competition. You know, every day is a winning day, but certainly when I look at this competition and the teams, I don't know who's gone through tonight. We'll have a look after. You know, I want to pit my wits against other managers. I want to pit my wits against other teams. I want to see sometime benchmark how far we've come. Are we on the right path? And we won't be taking this, you know, competition lightly, because we've got a small squad, but it's packed full of quality, and I've seen that again tonight. You know, with the players that have entered the field. So it's really important we try and keep driving it forward, and it's another win.
Can you sit down? Do you ever sit down during a game and actually enjoy it?
I enjoyed the first half. It was immaculate. It was good apart from the last bit, and still I'm frustrated at the chances that we didn't, you know, finish. You know, we opened them up, tore them up at times. It was eloquent. It was powerful. There was devilment in it. There was creativity. You know, it had everything. The first half.
If I could ask you a question at half time, it'd have been, how far was it off the perfect performance?
Four goals. You know, if it had been 4-0, and it should have been. And that's, I said to the boat lads on board, you know, I wrote it on the board, shoulda, coulda, but it's not, and it isn't, and you didn't, you know. So we've got to make sure we do. And they did. You know, they stood firm, and the boy Williams, he can put a free kick in. Do you know what I mean? It's quite incredible the technique he's got. And I spoke to Jim after, and he said he's got like a kicking coach. He goes seeing a kicking coach, and that's what it's brilliant for me to understand that. You know, and I'm going to tell the young players that to get to be the very best at something, you have to practice. You've got to put the time in. You've got to put the work in, and Williams has done, and nearly pulled off 2 or 3 fantastic free kicks. So you learn something every day, and you know, I've pulled something out of that today that is quite impressive.
Actually, you alluded to it just then about how the competition might give you a chance to test yourself against a League One side. Obviously, that's what you're aiming for. So, is that what you hope for in the next round or the next few rounds?
You always hope to keep improving it and keep getting better and keep winning games. There's some fantastic football teams in the northern section. And you are pitting your wits against a different profile of player, teams that you're not used to, managers you're not used to, coaches. And it'd be fantastic for us to get a decent tie. So, it's like I said to Gordon the other day, it's a fantastic opportunity for us to keep progressing and seeing where we are. Seeing again the barometer of where we've come from 6-7 months' work. Mm-hmm. It might give us an opportunity to see that and see where we're at.
You mentioned about I was trying to make it clear about McNulty. Was it just a decision just to rest him, or was actually he carrying something?
Just carrying a slight knock. There was a really good positivity to it yesterday morning, and then it just in the night notes for me and just said it's a little bit sore. Then this morning he had a bit of a fitness test and wanted to see how it reacted, and we made a decision around about 5 o'clock tonight that Notes couldn't play due to that. With Saturday in mind as well, with Saturday in mind, so he'll have the all clear on Saturday, and we've made the right decision, resting Notes tonight. He might have got through it, but it might have been, a bridge too far for Saturday then.
What is the actual area?
It's just an ankle, sort of an ankle ligament injury.
Obviously, I remember going to Wimbledon last year thinking the pitch looked quite good from the outside, and then you started to play on it, and it was a bit of a shocker, wasn't it? It's not the sort of injury that you'd want to be taken to a bubbly, dry pitch with, I suppose.
Don't know, it's a different year, innit? Different year, different pitch, it's been different weather, and it might be a different outcome, not too sure. I've no control over that. What we've got control of is what we do and how we go about our business, and that's something the lads are in receipt of. We're in control of our own destiny, and we're in a real good vein of form of winning.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really want it to stop, do you? The games to stop when you're in the sort of vein of form that you're in. Looking forward to the weekend and each game that comes next.
Yeah, the lads are. They're looking forward to the prep. They're excited by every challenge. They know what's coming. They know what's facing them, and then we get excited about the challenge and the ambition of being one of the best teams in the league.
And maybe you want them to get used to being on top, I suppose. I mean, the last time after the Burton game came the extra game, so you want to sort of guard against that happening again, I suppose.
It's going to happen all season. I don't know who's thinking that we're going to win every game this season, and if they are, they're deluded, they're unintelligent, and it's not going to happen. So the Invincibles did it, Arsenal did it, but football's changed. So we want to be a team that's competitive. And you're not in control. It might be a bad decision go our way or doesn't go our way. Exeter, 2 mistakes, and it's cost us. So, we can only control our business, and that's what we'll be definitely looking to do.
Okay, right.
Cheers. At the back of the weekend, they're going to come against another type of player in Akinfenwa. Should be a bit of a handful.
Yeah, we played Mansfield last season, and they had a similar type player called Reed. And that the lads dealt with it absolutely superb. Pablo Mills and Notes and Cameron, they're 3 warriors, they're the 3 best centre halves in the league. So I'm going to challenge them to play against Akinfenwa, but I don't do personal duels. It'll be a case of us playing Wimbledon, and it's 11v11 if all goes to plan, and that's what we'll be planning for.